Welcome, everybody. Oh, let me turn down the sound. Welcome to Janus Motorcycles. We're facing the other direction today. If you ever wondered what it looks like to look the other direction in our shop, now's your chance. We're not looking out the window. We're here in the inner sanctum of Janus World Headquarters here in Goshen, Indiana. And it's a beautiful day, and we've got lots and lots of visitors up front. So if you see you folks walk through, or if you hear some pounding or maintenance happening, it's actually a busy day at the shop. And like we've said before, our production team works on 4 10-hour shifts, which is an awesome little chunk for them to try and get a whole bike done. But sales team, management, maintenance, anybody that rest of us are on 5-day shifts, so sometimes 6. That's enough about our work hours. Sorry, we just called in the HR department. Welcome, Richard. Welcome to Janus Motorcycles.
Welcome. Good morning, if it's morning where you are.
Give us a roll call where you're coming from. We got some folks in from Houston, Texas, Vero Beach, Florida, North Carolina. Awesome. And we're live on Facebook too, which is really cool. Jordan is a technological master, and he figured out how to go live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I think if you told Facebook and YouTube that, they'd probably try and shut it down because they feel like they're like mortal enemies. Yeah, keep it quiet. Let's walk through some customer photos. Let's see where people are riding.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep
rolling. Yeah, we'll let Jordan work in the background. There's a couple things that are happening this weekend, tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow, that we want you all to know about. Kyle is headed out to Moto in Chicago, which is an awesome mods versus rockers event in Chicago.
It's a very what is it like?
Rockabilly
event.
Yep. So go get some thick moto culture at Moto in Chicago. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have some of our bikes there. Kyle, our own Kyle, will be there. He'll be rocking out. He might come back with the pompadour.
That's what I was wondering. Maybe a couple extra tattoos.
Or maybe he'll win some contest or something.
Probably won't win a pinup contest.
Yeah. We're also, tomorrow, we've got a couple Janus riders riding out locally here in Goshen to the Basher Children's Home. They're having a classic cruise-in tomorrow, and we've got some Janus riders headed out there. If you're a local Janus rider and you want to go out to the Basher Home and support an awesome cause, we will be meeting here shortly before, or you're welcome to just meet us out at Basher Home, and that would be great. We would love to have you join us, even if you're regional. That would be a lot of fun. Basher Home in Elkhart County does a massive amount of good work for underprivileged families and children that need some extra care, because everybody has their own challenges, and that's what Basher is all about. And we're excited to. Okay. We're excited to talk to them about it. In a sneak preview, we are going to transfer to customer photos now. Jordan, are you ready?
I think so.
Great. Leave it to Tom Neal to make something very artful.
Couldn't pass up that picture.
I know, that is beautiful. I want to make that something, hang it on our wall, make it a big canvas. Tom is one of our riders in Denver, North Carolina. There's an awesome little growing group of riders in Western North Carolina. If you would like to see a bike in North Carolina, they are the ones to talk to, and we can put you in touch. We just launched our Janus Ambassadors program, a referral program, and these folks get these awesome little kind of Willy Wonka style golden tickets with gold foil stamped foil. And if you meet one of our Janus riders and you say, I am sold, I want a bike, they'll give you one of those cards and you both win. You get money off your bike and they get some sweet swag too. So if you want to meet a Janus rider and talk to them about their experience, we don't cook the books at all with them. We expect them to be honest and positive and nice and all the wonderful gentlemanly things that Janus riders are. But they are not employees, and I would assume that they will give it to you straight. So if you want to meet a Janus rider, either call us or send us an email. We'd be happy to put you in touch with somebody like Tom. And Tom's here in Denver, North Carolina. That is a beautiful picture.
Jake Burke.
Oh, nice.
This proves that a Halcyon 250 does fit in a Jeep.
At first I thought that was maybe like a really close up of a Halcyon tank off.
Or like the electrical pan
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of cool. It fit in a Jeep.
Yeah, it'll fit in a Jeep Wrangler. You kind of just hang the handlebar off of one of those roll cages, and you're good to go. You don't have to strap it down.
Yeah.
Yep, just hang it. Awesome, Jake. I hope you had a good ride. This is
Eric Green.
Eric Green out in Oregon. Eric writes these awesome write-ups, if you've seen on Facebook, about his Janus missions now that he's a Janus ambassador.
Yeah.
Headed out to shows, and this guy.
I think he won this one, the entire event.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is like last week we said it was like a Rococo motorcycle. There was just ornament on everything, and I think it is so cool. So well done, Eric. Good. Thanks for doing the good work and spreading the good word, Mr. Outlaw. He even customizes what?
His GoPro.
Nice.
His GoPro is even bedazzled.
He put brass on his GoPro. That's cool. Great.
Some tassels.
We got folks from Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, Craig. I think we'll be working on your bike soon. Pell Blakeman from Jeffersontown, Kentucky. Welcome. Oh, it's gonna be his Christmas card. It's gonna be our Christmas card, Tom. Ray Fox from Bel Air, Florida. We've got a lot of folks near you, Ray. Good morning from Montpelier, Ohio. Perfect. Nice to meet you, Mike. James from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dan from West Michigan. Steven from Wellington, Florida. We just built Steve's bike yesterday. It's beautiful. Steve got a custom dark black-red matte
I just
bike.
saw it for the first time this morning, and I was like, Kelly, what is this?
Yeah.
It looks amazing. It's like ruby red, or it's really
cool.
hard to describe, but
Yep.
it looks incredible.
A lot of nuance and depth to it. So good work, Steve. You have good taste. We're happy to build your bike for you. Awesome. This is David Evans down from Indy.
Evans.
Yep.
Yep.
David Evans. If you need your back cracked, he's a chiropractor, and he's also a Janus rider. I think he's still a chiropractor.
He's getting the young generation started early here.
One of those characters is not David. They are.
Yes.
Yep.
No, that's not David. But
Great. Here's another Dave Blankshin with Halcyon 450 number 98. Beautiful Charlevoix blue.
looking good.
That's awesome, man. Keep it cycling through.
Charles McGagahan.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Tour of Honor. This is real popular with Harley riders, and it's a big, long ride. And I think he's just making a couple of stops on it on his 250, but really neat. Looks like a World War One.
Charles is a veteran himself, right?
He is,
yeah.
World War One memorial monument.
Thanks for your service, Charles, and thanks for the photos. That's awesome. Carl, man. That's a backyard shot.
With his new rear rack installed.
Oh yeah, new rear rack. That's
Yep.
great. So if you're on the owners group on Facebook, I'm sure you've been seeing some folks post their unboxing photos of their new cargo rack and install. Please let us know if you need any help with it. I even teased to Charlie if we got enough questions, we might do like open office hours. If anybody wants to do a live Q&A about, install or whatever, just talk to us. It's great.
Yep.
We're here to help. They're great little cargo racks. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be part of the development process was making sure that there was a lot to build on, and we've got some really exciting things in the works for what else can go on those cargo
Will be
racks.
added to those racks.
So, awesome. Thanks for the picture, Carl. Thanks for the customer photos. Richard is the guy that gathers all those up, so that's really great. Thanks for doing that. Brian Barton, one of our best and most consistent viewers, always asks about a trike. Richard, will you tell us why we're not going to do a trike? Sorry, Brian. But
we could add like one little training
Yeah.
wheel off the side
Right.
to kind of count. But
a trike on a 250, I think, would make it pretty dangerous, honestly.
I'm not sure. It's just I don't know. We're building motorcycles.
I'm truly not trying to be flippant, Brian, and I just don't. It's not.
Me either.
When other people ask the trike question, which gets asked a lot on Facebook, is you should try out a 250 before you say I need a trike, because if you say I need a trike because I, for instance, had a knee replacement, or I don't want to hold up my two-wheel bike anymore, or I want the added stability, you can take that right turn. That's fine, and go for a trike. You can take a left turn and go for a 250, which is like riding a bicycle around compared to a Goldwing. and it's lightweight, it's narrow, it's easy to get your legs over. We have folks with artificial limbs, artificial joints, artificial other things ride a 250 and a 450 and have a great time on them, and they put heavy miles on these bikes. And I'd encourage you to try one before you assume that a trike is necessary. Also, there are companies out there that will trike a bike, and you should try it.
Or put a sidecar on it.
Yeah, or put a sidecar on it. So that's a good way to talk about that. Can Janus motorcycles go to Japan? We would be happy to ship a Janus motorcycle to Seattle or Los Angeles or San Francisco, and would love for you to take it to Japan. We've had customers do the same to other countries. Technically, right now, it's a lot easier for us to say, we'll ship it to a U.S. port of your choice. You take possession of it. It's a lot easier for a private entity to import their own foreign motorcycle or vehicle than it is for us to become a distributor in another country or to fit all the homologation standards. We're working on it. We've got some great ideas in the future about kind of our top 10 list, top 5 list of, wow, we can see all that's cool. Nice.
Oh, wow.
We can,
we're seeing
Jordan
everything.
just blew everything up for us.
The Matrix just
toggle back and forth.
We've got our top 5 list of countries that we'd love to get into. In the meantime, we'd love for folks to kind of figure out how to do it themselves. So,
which is a great, we had, this week we just, on YouTube, have a video of someone who did that with their Griffin in Italy.
Great segue.
So check out our YouTube, I think it just went up yesterday, didn't it? An owner over there in the military imported to Italy a Griffin 250 and filmed some riding around the area of Vicenza, which, if you're into architecture, is the home of most of Palladio's great villas.
Great, good work.
I didn't see any Palladio in the video, but it's fun.
We need to send him back out in search of Palladio. Great. So we covered Motorblot, we covered the Basher ride. Also, other fun stuff that happened this week. We had an awesome visitor last week. Rob from Road Dirt came and did an extensive tour, did an interview with Richard, did several rides. He's publishing a lot of that content on his own channel, roaddirt.tv is the website. That's you should just go there. That's kind of the hub for the rest of their stuff. They do have social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. We've seen those kind of percolating up. But just go to the website. You can see kind of the hub of all that stuff. An awesome write-up on Janus motorcycles. Rob's a great, he dyed in the wool motorcycle. He calls himself a fanboy. I would say it's even deeper than that. It is, after talking with him, it's more than just a fanboy. He is a lifelong nut for motorcycles. And he's an omnivore. And it was fun to talk with him about that because here at Janus, we're not we don't make small bikes because we don't think big bikes shouldn't exist. We just think,
or trikes.
Or trikes, yeah. We just say it's a bigger motorcycle world. We want it to be even bigger. And there's a lot of fun to be had on small, lightweight bikes, easy to work on. The spec sheet on a Janus motorcycle is completely different than a spec sheet on a VFR or a GS or a Road King or something like that.
Yep.
We don't think those bikes shouldn't exist. They should exist. We want to ride them. Rob wants to ride every bike talking with that guy, he is just an omnivore for motorcycles. He loves everything about every bike. I mean, it is really fun to hear somebody that passionate about motorcycles. I'm getting going on it. But you have any feedback about how we had a great conversation with Rob on a podcast yesterday, and that will be coming out soon. But
yeah, that's what I was going to add. We talked. Rob will be on the Janus Motorcycles podcast, Why We Ride, in the next week or so, once we edit it and produce it. We had a really fun conversation about his history, but also about motorcycle journalism and what's happened with the motorcycle magazines that have gone. Most of them are gone, except for some of our favorites like Motorcycle Classics. But it was a really interesting conversation that I was kind of looking forward to having and learning more about. So I think you all will enjoy it.
It's just to give a little teaser. It's fun how some of the core principles and some of the deepest threads that tie us all together kind of ring true for journalism. And what we're trying to do here is that it was really fun to get into that point where we were saying that he was saying that sometimes the publications that obsessed over specifications and obsessed over they focused on that so much. He kind of felt a pull away from that and going back towards a storytelling aspect. And that's the ones that are successful, even like a Roadrunner, like all the trip reports. People want to read a good story.
Yeah.
And they want to...
The spec sheet, nowadays, you know, the next tab on your browser that you're looking at the story you can Google what the spec sheet of a VFR or whatever is. You know,
you don't need it.
You don't need
a
you don't need a
journalist
magazine to tell you what the specs are.
Yeah.
What you want the magazine to tell you is what you can't learn anywhere else.
Right.
From an experienced, from someone who has experience and the context having ridden a lot of things to be able to tell you their opinion about something.
And so
a good story.
Right, exactly. So we talked about, you know, how it's been, sometimes the specs are what the marketing, you know, world will say that is the most important thing that you should buy based on features and specs. And Rob was saying, actually, people read because of the benefit, and they read because of the relationship. And in some ways, we're saying the same thing here. People want to ride a motorcycle that they want, and they want to ride a motorcycle that they like, and they want to have a relationship with it and the people that make it and the riders that they ride with. And that's really the real reason why we ride. So that's a good plug for the Why We Ride podcast. If you haven't checked out our podcast, there's like 8 episodes now. It's a secret, awesome
or more.
menu item on the Janus media palette. You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. And Richard's done an awesome job of getting some of the most interesting small displacement and otherwise riders out there to just talk about people who have given their lives to motorcycling, figuratively. Just to talk about bikes and why we ride. So that's been, if you haven't checked it out, you got to do it. It's good listening. It's great. Let's check questions real quick.
We have somebody, way to go, Janice from Japan.
Oh, nice.
So,
great.
Wide viewership here.
Yeah.
Wonder what time it is in Japan.
Maybe about the same time, just the different side or something. I don't know. Speaking of Japan, I've been watching anime Super Cub, and it's great for small CC motorcycles, but I'm not small, and roads in the U.S. are very different than Japan, so I prefer Janus. That's awesome. Hello from Raleigh. Hey, Charles. Hey, great to know you got your box. That's awesome. Put several cards in my saddlebag. I look forward to passing them out. Great. Look forward to giving you some referral bonuses, Charles. That's great. Hey, Mike Evans from Alabama. Rev from New Mexico. I pulled over behind a guy riding a Janus in Indy a couple months ago and tailed him for about an hour in an abandoned gas... Oh, talk to him, sorry. One would be illegal, the other would be great. Talked to him for about an hour in an abandoned gas station parking lot. That's awesome, Nick. Glad you're here. He said he's an introvert by nature and bought the bike so people would talk to him. Great interaction. That'd be great, Nick. Well, come up and visit. We're not far off. Indy's about 2 hours and 45 minutes door to door.
How about this? If Janus were a band, what kind of music would it play?
That's funny. Yeah, are we trying to...
It depends on what part of Janus you're talking about. The service department, the fabrication shop would definitely...
Or if you're trying to encapsulate the models or the employees, I think.
Yeah.
Man, that's...
A lot of different answers. Actually, Mitch has put together a Spotify playlist. It's all the Janus employees.
Yep.
Google...
I did have to do a little bit of censoring on it, but it's been censored. It's fine. So
go to Spotify, the app, and look up Janus Motorcycles like shop playlist, and you'll get a great contribution from everyone.
Yeah,
has contributed a song.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make sure it's still. Well, we will make it public this afternoon.
Yeah,
That's
we
great.
should though.
Yeah. We'll send it out. That'll be fun. There's if you want to know what kind of style Janus Motorcycles employees encapsulate, it is every style.
Yes.
At Turtle Top, they have Steely Dan Day, and they also listen to, I don't know, some real dank hip hop too. So it's we're all omnivores here, so that's fun. I feel Janus is like the new hip hop with classical instruments. That's awesome.
Yes, there we go.
There it is. Tom says they focus on the spec sheet and not feel. The first 2 letters, jazz. Oh yeah, Janus and jazz. Hey, nice segue, Tom. Next Friday, we have, I didn't even
We're
pay
doing
you to
this.
do that. That's great. I know, we're doing it.
It's great.
Speaking of jazz, next Friday, we're having our first Jazz at Janice Friday. We're open from 5 to 8. We've noticed that we want to be out more, the world wants to be out more, so we're going to be open more and have some fun events for local and non-local folks to come in, hang out with us for a Friday evening. Refreshments are on us. We will have wine and cheese. It'll be a fancy evening. I'll be spinning some classic jazz vinyl. I actually, in the future, we may try and have some live jazz combos around, some of our local talent. But it's just a nice way to, if it's cool enough, we'll have a fire. If it's warm enough, we'll have all the doors open. You can come hang out. If you want to take a test ride, please do so before you sample some Cabernet. But come and join us. And then the next event we're having is a Bikes and Coffee, July 8th. And there's a lot happening that weekend. So if you want to pick a weekend to come into town to hang out with us, that's a great weekend. The night before is First Fridays. Yes. The night before is First Fridays, and that's the car show, the classic car show, and they'll have all sorts of cars around town. We will be a part of that. The next morning is Bikes and Coffee here at Janice. It'll be 9 to noon at Janice Motorcycles. Bring any bike you got, or don't bring a bike and look at some bikes. We'll have coffee available. We're going to try and get Ignition to open their back door so you can go browse some vinyl. It'll be a fun little party atmosphere on Saturday, July 8th in the morning. And then in the evening, we have Janice at Elkhart Bike Night. So Elkhart, just like many Midwestern towns, has a really big bike culture. And last year, I think there were many thousands of motorcycles at Bike Night. It was pretty huge. And it will be just the same this year.
We like to add a little bit of variation on the Harley-Davidson theme.
Correct, yep. It's good to be there to let people know what left field looks like. And it's been so fun. And, it's proof positive that when you go to a show like this and you roll up in it with a Janice, people will walk past $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 customized Harleys and stop in their tracks at a Janice and say, "What the bleep is that?" at the Harley shows.
And also just the appeal that these appeal to Harley-Davidson riders and everybody. I mean, there's a little bit of everything in a Janice that should appeal to everybody. So it isn't like a two opposite ends of the spectrum where we all hang out and
it's not like mods versus rockers.
It's not mods versus rockers
or jets versus sharks. No knife fights. No dance fights choreographed by Rodgers and Hammerstein or anything like that.
Den Henriksen says,
I came in late. He's got a 450 on order.
I have a quick question on the 450. How many miles do you have on your test bike, the white prototype that's been to Colorado? I think as it's a prototype, multiple pieces of that have been replaced over the, so I'm not sure what the total mileage is on
it. The white prototype is different than Charlie's bike that he took to Colorado. And
yeah, it's true. But I was going to just say that we have some owners that are rapidly exceeding our mileage. I think we have people getting close to 10,000 miles on the Halcyon. And lots of people over the 5,000 mile mark.
Right, absolutely. It's awesome. It's time for a Janice branded bourbon. I love your thinking, Tom. You are full of good ideas. Have you been sampling some bourbon this morning? Getting the good ideas rolling. I must ride it. Oh, Pell. I must ride a Janice. Been a hopeful fan since your first Facebook post. Been riding since I was 14.
Wow.
Rode them all except Janice. You are a perfect Janice owner, Pell.
Come on back.
I'm here to tell you that you don't need to ride a Janice. You can just buy one because I know you will like it. If you were a motorcycle omnivore, you will like a Janice. Mike Stamper. Hey, it's Mike from Dayton, Ohio. You guys are building my bike now, number 977. Great.
Awesome. Maybe we'll walk around.
I'm not sure if this one is 983, so 977 might actually be rolling by now, Mike. That's amazing. Great. Okay, let's check. Let's keep it moving. We talked about Bikes and Coffee, Jazz at Janice. If you can't make the next ones, we will have Jazz at Janice the last Friday of each month for through the summer, and we will have Bikes and Coffees the second Saturday. I just picked it because it was open. Second Saturday of each month through October. So if you want to come hang out, you should come to all of them, and you should definitely come to the first one. But if you can't make the first one, come join us at some of the other ones. It'll. You know how to have a good time here. So come join us. What else is happening on the blog?
On the blog, we have Mark Swag.
Yeah.
Just wrote a piece for us called "Who Said Size Doesn't Matter?" It's really funny and kind of ironic, and I recommend you go check it out.
Great.
We're really putting out a lot of stuff on the blog, by the way,
Yeah.
lately. So keep an eye on that. We do post everything, most everything we put up in our. If you're not already subscribed to our email blast, we try and make it interesting and not annoying. So there's always a neat feature on there, along with specials that we're running, among other things. Also, did we mention the purchasing manager's Janice
we
video?
didn't yet. No, that's great. You do
Jack,
it.
just this week we launched it. Yes, on YouTube. Jacqueline, our purchasing manager, bought a Janice. Jacqueline's Janice. It's a really cool color, and it's a video about a little bit about her and the work she does here, and her process of actually buying a Janice. So go check it out.
Great.
What do we got
Mitch
next?
chimed in. The white prototype 450 has 1,879 miles on the Speedo, but I guarantee that's not the first Speedo that's been on it.
Yeah.
So.
Tom Kimball says maybe order additional pedestrian splitters, for different parades. Yes, you may. Just get a hold of us. Let us know what you need.
Great.
That's a
You
great
can also
idea.
order different fuel tank colors for different parades and different fender colors.
Yeah, different motorcycles for different parades.
There you go. I teed you up for that one. That's great. In fact, why not just buy a new motorcycle for every parade? I wanted to plug your retro post too, because I don't know that got a. Go read the blog, everybody. It's cool. There's a lot of philosophical stuff on there. There's some funny stuff on there, and I've posted some of my old advertisements on there. Those are fun to read.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about retro in the last live stream.
Great, you're right.
But
Thank you.
I did kind of update that post on the blog. So if you're interested in that, I talk about PT cruisers, or PT losers, as Mark Zweig calls them. Also, this is really getting philosophical, but I was on an interesting live stream this week, Wednesday, I believe. It was an architecture themed, or it's mainly deals with architecture, called Entre Architect, E-N-T-R-E Architect, one word, on YouTube. It was a live stream, and we talked about the connections between architecture and motorcycles, and traditional motorcycles and traditional architecture. I had an absolutely amazing time.
That's awesome.
And I feel like I understood Janus motorcycles better by the time I finished the conversation. So
Yeah.
I recommend it if you really want to dig in. It's an hour long.
Awesome.
It's not too long, but it's kind of neat.
Yep, great. And do you use the small fork to eat the Entre Architect, or is that the
You start on the outside and work
Okay,
your way
great.
in.
So the Entre Architect comes between the salad and the entree? Okay. Order a bike right now and you get $900 off. If you pick it up, it comes off the top. And if you want us to ship it, it ships for free. We have folks say, where are the hidden fees? I'll give them to you if you want them, but we stay away from hidden fees if you want to. Part of that is because we send you with titling the MCO and the registration, and that is up to you to do. So we don't have dock fees, title fees, coffee fees. If you want to buy us coffee, that's fine. Any of the fees that kind of start to add up. I was talking with somebody about how they went to buy a Vespa or something, and it was like by the time they were out, there was another $3,000 on top of the list price.
Oof.
It was Tom.
Oh.
It was Tom.
Oh, it was Tom, yeah. And I get why they do that, and I'm sure that the corporate entities have told them how to run their business. We just get to do what we want here, and mostly, and so that means that what you see on the configurator is what you get.
Well, that's the benefit there also is there is no middleman.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
really, it's a simple way of saying it. That when you work through that chain, a lot of people have to be able to make a profit on it. So
Right.
you're working directly with us here in Elkhart County.
Yep. So if you have been on the configurator, we had an awesome discovery day. This is a little rabbit trail last Saturday, and we had folks that came in from all over the country, literally, and they said, "Oh, I largely have never talked to them before. Now we're fast friends, but I've built 40 bikes on your configurator, and I just had to see one in person." That's great. So I know there's folks like them out there, some of you on the live stream here, that have been building bikes in the configurator, and you're wondering what the next step is. The next step is just to place your deposit. The price on the configurator is the price you see minus $900. If we ship it to you, you pay sales tax in your own state. If you pick it up here, we collect sales tax here. That's the only kind of variable cost.
Extra fee. Yeah.
Right. but we always collect sales tax at the lower rate based on your state or ours. Indiana charges 7% sales tax. Most other states charge considerably less. There are some states that are around 2% on vehicle sales tax. We charge that state's rate if you pick up. If you ship, you just deal with that at the BMV like you bought a used car off Craigslist. So that is as simple as it gets. Right now, shipping is free. If you pick it up, you get $900 off your bill. That's just a $900 credit. I'm waiting on our ratchet. It's a great time to order. Our lead time is right in the sweet spot for both 250s and 650s. Sorry, 250s and 450s.
650s?
Yeah, it's about 6 weeks. There's no 650, don't worry. Don't get any ideas. There's no 650. There's no hidden room. There's just a dirty basement here. No secret lab. Lead time is about 6 to 10 weeks on 250s and 450s. So that's my plug.
You want to do a quick plug for your for the ambassador program?
Yeah. If you are a Janus owner and you have not signed up for our referral program, raise your hand in there. We'll throw a link to the program in the show notes.
We're really excited about this.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's these awesome little foil cards that give anybody that you talk to, it's your get out of the gas station free card. If somebody talks to you for an hour, if they stalk you and talk to you in a gas station parking lot for an hour, you can say, here's a card, go order a bike. You're going to love it. They save money on top of any promo we're running. You get store credit, or you get $500 towards another bike. And we've had customers already say, I'm going to sell enough of these so that I get a free bike. And I will not stop you from doing that. The math behind that is that we, as a small business that runs almost entirely online, we spend quite a bit of money getting in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. And the best way to do that is through you all, and I want you to have our money instead of Mark Zuckerberg or Sergey Brin or some of the Google dudes. So I would rather employ the growing core of Janus riders out there. We've got 1,435 motorcycles on the road right now, growing by the day. And I want you all, if you're loving your ride, to tell folks about it. And if you're having trouble with your ride, call us so we can get you loving your ride again. That's my shtick for that. But great, thanks.
There are a couple nice YouTube comments on it.
Great.
Are there other tire options for the 250? Am I missing some here?
I've been riding and owning motorcycles for over 50 years. I've never seen a Janus in person, but can't wait. I think you meant to say can't. If you can wait to hear a touch and ride and hopefully buy a 450, I hope that you can't. I just replaced my BMW and the fees were eye-watering. Sorry, Den. Just a dozen or more motorbikes. It ain't much. That's funny. Also, maybe we get a Janus logo to build some of our own Janus swag. That's a good question, Tom, and that gets a little sticky. I would love for you to help
let us know what
rep
you want.
The brand.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want. That's the better way to say that. So I will never stop folks from making fan art. That's a good question, though.
Are there other tire options for the 250? Anything happen to have a particularly good road ride? That's a really good question. We have run Heidenau's on the 250 Griffin. They're more of like a street really, honestly, they make a race tire. They do almost a slick tread. It's pretty narrow, but that's what a lot of racers run on similarly sized race bikes, small displacement bikes. I think it's because you can go faster on them. So Heidenau's, take a look at them. You're looking for an 18-inch tire front and back, which is what the kind of limiting factor is. So Heidenau's, I think that there are some other, there might even be a Pirelli.
Actually, if David Bowen were on here, he'd hop in and tell you what he's running on his 450.
It looks like a Pirelli, but
yeah, a straight up street tire on it.
Yeah,
and he's logging a lot of miles on it. So.
Yep.
It's 18 front and back, and it's 3.5 and 3 and 3.5.
3. It's a. Now I'm gonna forget.
Where's the
3.5 and 4 on the 450, and 3 and 3.5 on the 250.
You got it. Sounds good.
Janus swag is cool.
Nick
And then
Klein says that he won't tell you I followed one in Greencastle and talked to that owner too.
stalking.
Yep. That's great, Nick. You just got to
All right.
come visit. Let's take a peek at what we're building, and then we'll bid thee farewell for the day.
Sign off?
Yeah, that's great. Let's go mobile. It's that time. I'll show you what inventory we have up front too. This bike is, you can't tell, but it's number 983. If you are 983, I won't share any personal details about it, but
981 over here.
981. So if you want to see the difference between saddle brown leather and redwood leather, that is the only difference between these two bikes, and that's what you can see. Yeah, absolutely. I will grab my laptop. There's a Charlevoix blue bike that I really want to look at in there. It's going to Kalamazoo. This is a customer build over here. Look at that cool.
Look at that black outline.
That is so awesome. Great example of some of our upgrades. Black outline, highway bars, custom number plate. I don't think this guy's name is Ollie, but that would be cool. Ollie,
So
Ollie,
it says
Oxenfree.
oxen free on one side, and the other side has the
This is number.
Pretty
Perfect,
cool.
yeah.
He got both.
Yep. Redwood seat with wide line and book rack. Also, this is the Heads logo on the fuel cap, if you're wondering what those look like.
All these bikes have the two-headed logo.
That's awesome.
Kind of neat. Fishtail exhaust.
Great. Behind you here, this gentleman is just picking up. He bought this motorcycle on Wednesday afternoon. This is one of our inventory bikes, and just like all good motorcycle owners, he followed his gut and went for it. It's great.
This bike
Yeah.
is really growing on me. I mean, not that it isn't beautiful to start with, but it is really
I've heard,
stunning.
You know, like Kelly and other folks in the shop say, there's you know, we see a lot of bikes in here. She was saying, I've like slowed down as I've driven past more about that bike than a lot in the past.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
what is that?
Whoa.
Hello. Doing the slow pan. Steven's bike back behind you.
Yeah, let's take a
is-
peek at that
yeah,
dark
that's
red.
cool. Number 200. So if you have a custom color in mind that you want to see come to fruition, we can do that for you. It's a little bit of a, Steven's been great at communicating and some back and forth, but that's part of the fun. And you just kind of work through that. It is not not like ordering a value menu off of the value menu at McDonald's, but none of these are. And if you want something extra special, like what Steven got, that is awesome. That's we just got to. The process is to communicate about it and let us know what you're looking for. And that's great. And we can usually do it. There's one bike that we need to talk about. This is, and we will post stuff in the show notes, but the Jimmy Fund #1 over here is going to Mr. Zach Galvin out in the East Coast. And Zach sent this awesome email to the team. Zach is really involved in the Jimmy Fund, which is a cancer research institute. It's aligned with the Dana-Farber Research Institute, and they do massive amounts of fundraising and have done a massive amount of good work in the world for cancer research, which I don't think there's any American who hasn't been touched by cancer, either in their family or otherwise. And Zach gives a lot of his time and effort to that. So I told him that we would talk a little bit more about that and share the good word, and also post a link up to where you can be a part of that if you'd like. Zach is really excited about taking this around Boston area. He said he wants to get it in Fenway Park, and I will come join you. That's on my bucket list too. That would be so cool. So that's the Jimmy Fund bike. This is another great example of a customization. If you want to customize it with your corporate logo, with your fund, if you're a part of a fundraising campaign, if you want to put a custom number plate on it, that is these are some great canvases here on the bike to do that. The airbox, the number plate, the back of the tank. That's a wonderful place to do that. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, successfully reconnected. I think we're good. Are you going to, yeah, all good here? If y'all can still hear me, that's great.
Is that issues?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Let's
I
head
think
back
I'm
to
hearing
the-
everything. Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay, good. I might have walked just one step too far, just like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom or whatever. Got some great bikes here that are getting wrapped up. If you're waiting on a glimpse of your bike, I don't remember what number this is, but JD 1955. This is the most classic color combination of all time at Janus, gold on cream. It's great. Gold on black, number 181 is a pickup coming up soon. 197 is an awesome combo with double black pinstripe on olive and a copper feather on a deluxe tank. That is going to be, can't wait to take photos of that.
Yep.
If you want to see a bike, if you want to see a color combination, if you have a custom color in mind, if you have a custom logo in mind, let us know. That's part of the fun. Kelly loves figuring that stuff out. We just did a custom number plate with a wrench on it for a barbecue joint around here. It was really cool. And so use your own creativity. We are not afraid to say no if it's not something we can do or not something we are confident in successfully doing. And we always will consider what you have to say, unless it's a 650 or a trike. I'm sorry. Those are two things we can't do right now. Great. Any questions on here that we need to talk through?
Any progress on an Appalachian ride?
Oh, that's a good thing to come back around to, Seth. I will. We need to get the Appalachian mountaineers back together and see what might happen on that. Tom said, stock Duro on 250 is hard as you can on the street and they're rock solid. Oh, Stephen Phillips, 197 is yours. That's awesome, Steve. I'm glad we got to see it. Are you going to offer other bars like longer beach bars?
We would love to. We don't have any immediate. It's not in the works right now, but the goal is to come out with a bar that does come back closer to the rider. Mm-hmm. It's going to have to be a combination of a little bit narrower and a little bit further back because we want to make sure that it will fit your existing wiring harness. So we'll be kind of tuning that to provide a little bit less reach for shorter riders.
Mm-hmm. Great. Mitch surreptitiously brought back this inventory bike that we should take a look at. And that'll be a good thing to sign off on. Something beautiful, more beautiful than my face. So, thank you all for joining us. This is bike number 966. It's been fun to ride around town. It's brand new. It's ready to roll. $900 off. This is a great example of a creative pinstripe combo. We were inspired by our guy Jim Winters, who got this on flat black. But that cream and silver has got a level of nuance and like kind of looks like a hot rod. It's like got the hot rod treatment to it. It is so cool.
And pair this green with the saddle brown, it just looks fantastic. Fishtail exhaust. I mean, this is a Janus.
Yep. This would be like blue suede shoes if people were saying what the soundtrack to this bike is, or Chubby Checker or something. It looks so classic. It's like right out of 1950s. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want to order a bike, give us a call. If you want to know tell us what you want to see in the next live stream. Come and join us tomorrow at the Basher Children's Home Ride. Go to Moto Blot in Chicago. Join us at Bikes and Coffee, Jazz at Janus. There's a lot of fun stuff happening. Don't be a stranger. Let us know what we can do to help. And you guys have a wonderful weekend.
All right. Catch you later.
See ya.